And we're live. Hey, I'm Clayton Estrems. Thanks for joining me tonight. We're just going to do a little crafting. So I'm a real estate agent by trade, but you know, sometimes it's fun to get a little crafting done, make some custom t-shirts and do some cooking, which I haven't done some real cooking in a while. But as we get into it, let's talk about supplies because we're going to be screen printing with a Cricut. And I've had a ton of questions, so I figured why not go live? A lot of people are like, Clayton, it's got to be harder than you made it seem. And it really is easy. So you're going to see it firsthand as we go. So let's shift over and talk about our supplies that we have here. So we got a couple things. A plastic knife. This is going to be key, believe it or not, because whenever we pull out our speedball ink, we've got to get it on the screen somehow. We use our squeegee to pull it across, and we take all that extra ink, throw it in here. So this ink cost me $10 for this white tub, and I've done a ton of projects with it, and I've got more than half of it left. So if screen printing is something you kind of want to dabble in every once in a while, there's some smaller tubs. You could actually get some packs. I put some links below for you to take a peek at. Click on there, it'll show you some of the good stuff to get, some of the stuff I'm using right here. But you get the smaller cans and get a bunch of different colors and have all kinds of fun with it. So we've got this ink. It is made for fabric. Whenever you go to buy it, make sure you check that because I've accidentally bought stuff made for paper. I didn't return it because I'm like, oh, I'll use it eventually. I haven't yet. We'll try it one day. Also have some painter's tape. So whenever I get my design put on this screen, we'll throw some painter's tape down to make sure we don't get any ink where we don't want it, but I don't have a lot. So I pulled out the transfer tape. We could always use this. And then I've got my removable vinyl because I want to make sure I can take it off my screen. And of course my mat, my Cricut's sitting over there, and my computer's over there. So we could go ahead and build the design from the ground up. And don't forget, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments so I get those answered for you. But let me get this shifted out of the way and let's jump to the computer. So here we are, the famous Cricut design space. You love it, you hate it. It's like the best, worst thing ever, all at the same time. So we're gonna create a new project from the ground up, and we're doing text. I wanna do something really simple. My favorite phrase is, we'll give real estate advice for tacos. Like, because I will, like happily, because I do love tacos. And I do want to make some that say like donuts and bacon wrapped donuts. All right, so we got our text. If you've never used Design Space before, it's right here on the left side. Come down and we'll give, actually, you know what? I want to make this all caps. Probably hit the caps lock. We'll give real estate advice tacos. All right, as simple as that, right? So the next thing I want to do is I want to figure out what font I want. And coming in here, I'm pretty basic. I'm very basic. Here's a little key. So to get to fonts, we're going to click on it. It's right here on the left side. I'm going to go to filters and I'm going to do single layer. Single layer is going to make sure that it's nice and clean. It's not going to have to do all these crazy cuts, anything crazy like that. And what font would be pretty today? I want something easy. We should have stuff up top. Here we go. I like this one. Just a basic font. Boom, but we're gonna make this bold. We want this bigger. Bold, and let's, right here, we can align everything. We're gonna go to the center, and then spacing wise. Whenever you go to figure out your spacing, one thing that I did was literally took a shirt that I bought and measured it out. So I came up with a width of 10 inches, and that takes me about 6.5 inches tall. That'll work. Wonder if we have something. Oh no, I didn't want that. What's happening? Again, this design space, it's fun. Is that the font I wanted? Now it doesn't want to search? You probably know my struggles. Oh, we have rounded. What does this rounded look like? I don't hate it. I don't think I love it. I don't know. I think we're gonna stick with this. Let's go back to bold. And it's gonna disappear. And look tiny but not be tiny. I don't know what's happening with this stuff. All right, we're good. We're gonna do a single color. We're gonna make it easy today. Single color, and we're gonna go ahead and hit make it. So this part's gonna be a little bit more important. Well, it's very important. One thing, you wanna come over here to this left side and mirror the project. The other thing is, whenever we're using our screen, let me go ahead and grab it. Here's our screen. One of the easiest ways I've found to kind of measure everything out is to throw it on that top seam of the shirt. Let me even this up. Throw it on the top end of the shirt and have the letters exactly where you want them to sit on the screen so you could get the same imprint every single time. Because we're going as cheap as possible. Because this thing was only like, I think I bought it for 10 bucks. Went to Michael's with a coupon on a coupon. So I want it about, let's see, that's an inch. So an inch down. So I'm actually going to bring this down just a hair. I'm going to take it up a little bit. And we're just going to have it centered. And if I wanted to save pieces, I can. It's easy to do, but I don't know what I'm going to use all these little pieces for. And honestly, I just don't have the storage here in my office. So we've got it mirrored, and we're going to go ahead and try to connect. Let's see if we can connect today. It'd be a bad day if I can't. So I'm using the Air 2. No, I don't want that. What? Why? Is it on? It's on. We're gonna mirror. Let's put it back about centered. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. We're gonna hit continue. We're gonna hit cancel. Why are you not working? Change on canvas. So I need to change it here, somewhere. Oh, right here, maker. So I've got the maker at home, and I've got the Air 2 here. So that's the Explorer family. Let's try that again. Make it. Unless you just want to freeze on me. I don't know why that even matters. Like, I'm just doing a basic cut. Gonna hit mirror. Can't forget that. And center this up as much as we can, and continue. Boom. So setting your material obviously is going to be important as well. Get rid of my caps locks. So I'm using a premium outdoor vinyl, not printable, not textured. It's removable. That should work. A lot of those are going to work the same. Okay, so now let's shift you back over here. Move this chair out of the way right quick for us. So first we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's get our vinyl put on our mat. Which this mat has seen better days. It's still sticky, which I cleaned it not too long ago. And to clean these things, don't buy new ones. I used just regular dish detergent and scrubbed it like crazy, and I was able to pull off all that nastiness. So whenever her and I are doing a project like this, she likes to get really stressed and try to get super perfect when it comes to laying down this vinyl. I'm never perfect with it. I just throw it on there. Just get it on there. Make sure you don't have any big air bubbles. Make sure the corners aren't folding up on you. Doesn't need to be perfectly on that line whatsoever. As long as your design's actually going to get cut out. Boom. we are ready to go in the Cricut. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And let's spin you. In case you've never seen a Cricut, or you need a reason to get a Cricut, as I hit buttons on my camera. There we go. All right, now you can see the Cricut way over there. It's on my assistant side of the office. The Air 2. I like how the Air 2, you hit the little open button and just, So I've got a 4-year-old. That sounded horrible. And this came up. That sounded really bad. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while since I've used this thing. So I've got a 5-year-old, and yeah, that sounds terrible. I hope it cuts. Anyways, my 5-year-old loves to do these little Cricut projects. He'll come in and likes to hit the little flashing button. He's got it down and knows how to pull them out. He even knows how to pull the vinyl off correctly. She's going to town. As that's going, let's go ahead and get our weeding tools ready. So normally when I'm doing lighter color ink, I like a darker vinyl just because you can see it a lot better. I'm going to use white today. So I'm not going to be able to see how much ink I actually have on that screen. Not that well, at least. But we'll figure it out. It'll work. And if I could do this, you could do it. I promise you. We are 17% done. So what questions do y'all have? Because I know there's a couple of y'all out there watching right now. Yes, it's water. Made by Maker's Mark. Really good water. Yeah, I guess this mat isn't as sticky as I thought because it is definitely peeling up on the edges. I could just hit fast forward right now. There is a quick cut. I've never had a good experience with a quick cut. Every time I use that quick cut, it likes to rip up my vinyl completely. And it drives me up the wall. Just absolutely bonkers. And so this is a good time to talk about the difference between the Maker and the Explorer. So the Air 2, I like it. It does its job. I think the Maker is a lot of fun because of the fact that you have all the extra attachments. There's so much you could do. And I'm really angry they came out with that Maker 3. Like, I know a lot of the community's livid about it because the Maker was supposed to be the be-all, end-all of all makers, right? So they're supposed to come out with attachments and keep changing things and upgrading things. And they're like, oh, here's a new product. And we're going to start focusing more here now. I'm not too happy about that because that Maker is pretty expensive. And honestly, it's sitting there collecting dust right now just because I haven't had time to use it. I got all the tools, all the attachments, and half of them I haven't even played with yet. So tell me what you think in the comments below, what you're thinking about the whole Cricut 3. And I know Design Space or Design Center, whatever they're calling it, they were talking about charging people. Which I go ahead and pay the $10 a month, which I shouldn't. I don't need all the fanciness. But the software, it needs so much help. For $10 a month, it really should be a lot smoother than it is. I know I've designed a couple of projects. Let's see, I might have one down here. See, we got a couple of projects right here, but if I try to get too fancy with a couple of these cards, like, it starts wigging out on me and it'll like freeze halfway through. And it's not a computer issue. It's not a signal issue. It is just straightforward a Design Space, Design Center issue. And we're done. My favorite part. Shift you back over. Whew. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. A little bit more. There we go. I think that's where you need to be. I just need another camera. That's all that means. All right, the best part. Whenever you're going to peel your vinyl off, like that. Oh. Like this. my wife's watching, like this. This is how we do it. Because if you were to peel that vinyl like a sticker, then this is just gonna curl on you and be absolutely terrible. Take care of your mat. Cover it up. Again, talking to the wife more than anybody right there. Love you. All right, weeding. This is everybody's favorite part. So remember, when you're going to weed this, you want to take out the pieces you want the color to be transferred on. So in our case, all of the lettering. Boom. Flips up. So one reason I use this premium, I could use cheaper removable vinyl. It would save me some money, don't get me wrong, but I've always had really good luck with this stuff because it's all I had one time, and I used it, and one, it peeled really nicely. It was very easy. It stuck really nicely to my screen, and I just have less, I'll just overall have less issues with it. So I'm actually in the office right now, and yes, it's almost 7:20 at night, but there are people that come up here pretty late, and I'm willing to bet that there's going to be somebody that comes knocking on the door. And I actually use my Cricut. It's really cool. I use my Cricut to make a little thing where I slip in out a little card that says "Do not disturb" or "Available." But yet nobody respects that thing. They still knock. And you put up one of those non-soliciting signs. Knock on my door, you owe me $1,000. So again, this is live, real time, rocking and rolling, so you can see how long it actually takes. Goodness, if I wasn't talking, I could probably move a lot quicker too, right? We're at 18 minutes, and we're almost to the good part. I don't even know how many shirts I'm doing, honestly. I think like 6 or 7. I'm doing quite a few. More the merrier, because honestly, I mean, if you're doing a temporary shirt that you're going to use maybe one time, I don't know if this would actually be worth it for you. Because I could honestly almost be to ironing and be done. There's no cleanup for the most part. It's all really simple. But if you're doing multiple shirts and you're doing the exact same design, like, I think this is an awesome route to go. Then you have that shirt for a long time. I know I have a couple shirts that I made over a year ago that it's about time to replace them, which is why I'm starting to do it now. But I'm only replacing them because the shirt itself is starting to go out on me, not the screen printing part. Where any of the vinyl shirts I have, if I try to wear them that long, they don't make it like half that life. The vinyl starts going out on me before the actual shirt will. Shirt-wise, I typically buy mine from Kohl's, because I know a couple of y'all always ask that. The brand-wise, I just get what's comfy. It's cotton. I like it. I was actually working out in the yard one time, and I was really annoyed because I was trying to find shirts to do stuff on, and I bought the Gideon and things like that, and I just never liked the quality. And I was out in the yard working, and I had a shirt on. I was like, man, I really love this shirt. I've worked in the yard in this shirt who knows how many times, and it was just like day one when I bought it. And it dawned on me, why don't I just buy this shirt? I'll just buy this shirt. It's blank. I could start throwing things on it. And I started doing that. And when you shop Kohl's, all the deals and everything like that, you could sometimes pick up the shirts for about $2, which is super cheap. Even if you pay $10 a shirt, that's still a lot cheaper in the grand scheme of things. So here we are. It's all pulled out. Double check. Everywhere I want ink is good. So now it's time to get it on our screen. The fun part. So I've got 2 ways I could do this. Nope, I can't do it that way, just kidding. If my design was a little bit skinnier, I could throw it right there. I think you kind of see it. Lettering just gets there. So I'm gonna have to do it right here. No way around it. Which is fine. I could use some transfer tape. Yeah, let's use some transfer tape. Well, yeah, that'll make my life easier. Let's get that out of the way for now. This is that super extra strong grip, which I wish I never bought. I need to get rid of it all, so this is a good excuse. I've never had good luck with this stuff. It always likes to just rip my pieces to shreds. This is all I got. Need what, 12 inches? Boom. If I do a little bit extra, I don't care. Because again, I hate this strong grip. It's miserable. Yeah, I'll literally never buy this stuff again. I've never found a good use for this. Let's get rid of the cutter. And get her put on. Man, it's all rolled up. I should have kicked on some music. I thought about it. I've got a music subscription. I guess I still have time to do that. Look, see, this stuff is so strong that it doesn't even want to come off of the paper. Come on. Guess this is when it's good to be a female with nails. You get your little nail right in there. Oh, almost. There we go. There we go. We're getting it. Don't mind me. Just dealing with my least favorite part right here. Alright, so a trick here that I've taught a couple of people is I like to come right on the outside, put a piece on the table, just like that. Then you can start peeling away. Run your finger down that center right there. Boom. Trash. Let me grab my scissors. I know I'm gonna need these in a second. Alright, I'm honestly not pressing that hard with this just because the pure fact that it likes to rip everything I ever use. Will give real... I didn't even check my spelling. I hope I spelled everything right. Spelled tacos right. Boom. Alright, more trash. So here we go. We are ready, nice and sticky, to go on. Alright, so we want to center this up, which my center line is sitting right here. Little trick here is you can see I've got some lines to center everything. So I'm going to start out up top. Very gently. Shift it where I need it. Keep going. Let's go. We're a little off center. Try it again. So I'm just following that line down. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but you don't want to be completely off either. There's my lines. It's a little angled this direction, but it's not bad. I could fix that when I lay it on the shirt. So this is where you want to make sure it's nice and even. My screen's a little wobbly on the sides because I pulled it out last time to really clean it deep. So now we're going to go across, get all those bubbles out. Use your squeegee if you would like. As long as those bubbles aren't on the actual letters, I'm not that concerned. I've had bubbles before. So if you had bubbles like right here on this E, then obviously you're going to get some paint underneath, which won't make it look as good. Boom. Now the fun part. I'm going to cry if this transfer tape ruins this. So right now it's trying. Yeah, it's trying. God, I hate this transfer tape. I honestly want to throw this away right now. Just got to take it nice and slow. Stressful as could be right now. I'm only just trying to show off my crafting skills. Got a whole box. It's like 50 plus pounds worth of stuff. And I don't have any good transfer tape. I was trying to peel up my R. Trying to peel up my W. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Anybody else ever have this issue? Like, urgh. Note to self, throw this away. Which I'm doing it now. Like, I'm done with this. Gone. Gone. It's that annoying. So the biggest issue I'm going to have right now is, as I'm coming across, not only is it trying to peel up the little pieces, but it's peeling up the vinyl. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. If only I had enough painter's tape. Because I've done painter's tape. You just throw painter's tape across everything. It's simple as could be. I was even talking to my assistant Sadie, and I was like, man, this would have made my life so much easier if I had this painter's tape. Could have just done like little sections of this horrible stuff. Let's try from this angle. I can actually cut it. Oh, let's peel it up first. Yeah, if I had painter's tape, we'd already be moving to the next step. Here we go. Stay on there. I wonder if... This is easier right here. Oh, that was easy. Probably the most annoying sound in the world now. Okay, edges at a time. Okay, leave that F alone. Alright, let's see if we go this direction now. There we go. We're just ripping our R over here. That's all. Guys, I might literally just cut a new one and try it with transfer tape. Or, not transfer tape, but see if I get by with less painter's tape. I'm going to throw it on just in case. Let's grab another sheet. Move you out of my way. In fact, you get a little behind the scenes box of all my crafting stuff. You see, I have all this stuff, but no good transfer tape. Are you joking? Nope, that's strong grip. Here's another strong grip. See ya. I must have saw it on sale or something. Oh. It was a dumb move, though. Alright, new piece. I'm going to try to still peel this one off, but just in case, because it's not looking good. Welcome to Clayton's Fails. It happens. Just living our best life over here. There's hair. Why is there hair? Boom. Alright, let's go to Cricut. Tell Cricut we're going to do it again. Even though you lost connection for some reason. Check this out. Cricut is not... Oh, now it's playing. Why? Why? I'm showing you the wrong view. My bad. There's my bald head. There we go. You can see me. Alright, vinyl. Premium outdoor vinyl. Done. Let's throw this in, and then we're going to keep trying this good old strong grip. But I'm willing to bet this is going to finish before I could get that nasty stuff off. Is she going? She's going. All right. No, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know. It's not looking pretty. So, I mean, what do you use strong grip for, then? There we go. Now, see, I just ripped it. Ripped it completely. Right there. We're just... That came off nice. Nice and easy. Stupid strong grip. Watch how fast I start flying through all this. Once I, just use this painter's tape. I'm gonna make it work. It's funny, last time I went live, I was building a computer. I'm like, I got this, it's easy. I'm gonna show it off. Guess what? That was another fail. Anytime I try to do this stuff live, it's a complete fail. I don't know why. I do it by myself, nobody watching. It's like singing, right? You're better at singing in the shower by yourself. But I was building that computer. It's the computer my assistant has now, and it wouldn't turn on. Wouldn't work. It was just nothing was wanting to work. Come to find out, it was the power supply. Pretty much fried everything, so I had to buy a new motherboard. So that was cool. Troubleshoot all kinds of stuff, and it was all just one piece, which actually killed my first computer. So welcome to my fail. I promise most of the time I don't fail. Next time I do a live, I'll make sure I have normal transfer tape or enough painter's tape, which I'll make this work. I'm gonna stretch this. I don't know how much is there. And I can use the strong transfer tape. I could actually go pull it out of the trash and use that for my sides. That's one trick. Whenever you get your design on there, you peel off that transfer tape. That transfer tape could go right on the sides to keep any of that ink from going there. And it looks like we are 50% complete there. I guess I need my other tools. Let me show you my shirts. We're doing all kinds of colors. So how many are we doing? We got this green. Just green looks better in that camera than it does in that camera. That camera. I don't know what's going on with that thing. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sadie, I like your color choices. This green and blue. I might steal them. I think I'll look good in a V-neck. Boom, shift those over to the side. And we're at 82% there. Then we can finally get to the fun stuff, the actual screen printing. This thing has definitely seen better days. It's gone through a lot of prints, though. I mean, it's got a little red dye to it. I guess you can see it right there a little bit better. But it's honestly not bad at all. At all. I need to learn how to stretch these out after I pull them out, or even buy some more screen fabric. Well, I bet I can make these frames. Huh. Video for another day. All right, here we go. Should have called timeout. That's what you're not supposed to do. All right, back to square one. At least your design was quick, right? Boom. And my weeding tool, which I have lost somewhere. Oh, it's underneath. Okay, back to weeding. All right, here we are. It's like I just did this. At least it's quick. At least this vinyl didn't fail me. All right, so painter's tape, since I don't have a lot, I'm gonna have to be super careful with it. I'm gonna have to do one on the edge, each edge, and then I'm gonna have to make sure I get some across these pieces that, like the middle of the R, the A's, possibly even the S's, just to make sure this doesn't peel and tear on me. But we get creative. We can make that work. Boom. It's honestly like the easiest weeding job ever too. I've done those small projects. We're just constantly having little pieces fly everywhere, and if you don't do the center smallest pieces first, you hate your life. Especially on HTV, where that back part's sticky. At least this isn't sticky right here. Boom and boom. Weed like a champ. All right, painter's tape. Here we go. Let's hope for the best. That's not a lot. All right, we need one right here. It's not a lot at all. So we're gonna go through the center of each letter. I think that's gonna be our trick right there. You just hear it getting to the end. So on this, I definitely want to make sure we're going down nice and hard across that lettering. There we go. We have enough of that. Probably when I should save some right here. How much do I have? I wonder if we could peel it up from this. Throw a couple support pieces right through here. Oh yeah, that's like very, very end. Save the rest just in case I need it somewhere else. All right, let's hope for the best. Should be easy. Say that. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. I think so. Man, I should have just done this right off the bat. Look at that. I just ripped that S, didn't I? Sorry, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah, we can fix that. Not perfect. That's pretty perfect. That's pretty perfect. Pretty sticky too. All right, so I ripped this S just a tad right there. That's what I get for moving too fast. But I think I take this and oh, too far. Boom. Pull that piece out. These tweezers always trip me out. They work the exact opposite of what you're used to. All right, I think I fixed that S. There you go, there's your trick. It just wasn't worth it on that other one. Okay, so let's get her centered up. Now I don't have my lines. That's one downside to not having transfer tape. Right about there looks good. Boom. Y'all can probably see it better than I can. Let's go down the center, and we're gonna make sure we have none of those bubbles. That was actually way easier. Look how fast that was. That's the way it was supposed to be done. I like easy. Thanks for joining, all of you out there. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what questions you have, especially when it comes to how to fail, because I'm doing good at that today. All right. So I have this extra piece right here I could trim up. Nice and pretty like. I guess I could just do that, right? Boom. So the goal is to trim it up to where you don't have any open spaces on your actual screen. So down here's not pretty, but it's okay. No paint's gonna seep through. Can actually probably use this on the sides. Let's put that to the side. All right, I want to save as much of this tape as I can because I don't want to deal with that strong transfer stuff. Stuff is miserable. Look how much easier that is. Put that one to the side. Probably don't even need that. Boom, so this piece is going to be perfect. Right there. And this is where we get fun. Look how much easier this is. It's just peeling away. It's easier when you have a lot more sitting there, like when you're peeling the whole painter's tape off, because then you got a lot more to pull. You don't have to worry about these angles and all that fun stuff. Look, so much easier. Stay. There we go. I don't want to waste you. Come back. There we go. All right, let's peel this one back just a tad. Nope, it's not going to work. Not yet, at least. So because I've got some extra screen up here, what I'm going to do is actually shift this piece of tape up. We'll clean that up on the other side. So we're going to put this piece right across the top, just to make sure we don't get any paint coming across that top section. There it goes. Look how much easier. Stay. I don't really have very many angles to pull this off at. Let's save this piece as well. I don't think I'm going to need all these pieces. just in case. Boom. So if I would have done this the first time, I would have saved myself quite a bit of time. Look at that, we got that whole side covered. So now we just got to cover this side and we are good. It's time to throw on the paint. We'll go this way. Stay. There we go. We're almost there. Real exciting part right here. I know there's some people that love this part of it. I don't. I get stressed out. So stressed. But yet I keep doing this stuff to myself. I don't know why. Anybody else do that? There you are and you're like, man, this project's gonna stress me out. Let's do it. Sounds like a great idea. Boom. I can't even get this side off my screen. Come on, painter's tape. There it goes. Boom. We'll grab this piece to see if I need any extra tape or if I could just not worry about these other pieces. There. And just throw this one over top. Or we'll do this. That'll work. All these pieces are now trash. Get this last piece of tape off. Almost there. Of course, the A is going to give me problems, because that's what the A's do. Oh, that was a lot easier. Probably because I said something and decided not to give me a problem, right? Alright. Just for good measure, I'm going to throw this across the bottom, because I have it. Didn't curl up on me. Alright, so here we are. Now I'm going to want to smooth all this out again, because I know some of those pieces got pulled up whenever we're pulling that tape off. Come in with a squeegee if you would like. Let's get the top again. There we go. I don't see any bubbles on it. There's that piece I fixed. Yeah, I definitely need this screen tighter. It'll be alright. So we don't need this piece either. Alright, we are ready to start throwing the paint on. Who's ready for that? Oh, I am. Feels like it took forever to get here. It did. It took 50 minutes. Cheers. Alright, so we got our screen ready to go. I'm actually going to get a... I don't know where I put that other can of paint. I want something to kind of prop up my screen when I'm not using it. Okay, cool. Just come on off, painter's tape. What can I use to prop it? Got a Yeti mug. Let's see. Let me throw this on and go grab cups. Hey look, you get to see all of my mess. It's all right. Get to see a little behind the scenes, because it does not look as pretty as it does right here, right? All right, we got our cups. The whole reason we have these is literally to set that on top, get it out of the way whenever we're trying to move things around. Let's get our table set back up for you. Boom, we are ready. I don't think I need this mouse right now. That's where that went. We don't need our painter's tape anymore. All we need are the shirts. Our paint, our screen, our squeegee. I do kind of want to slip a piece of paper underneath here just to make sure it doesn't bleed. That'll be all right. I've done that before. I usually do it. Not all the time though. Honestly, it just gets in the way. I'm gonna ship this down here. I got the room. Watch me knock all this stuff over. Get paint all over the floor. That would be a fun, fun night. All right, now we're good. Spaced out where I need it. All right, so here's the fun part. We got our shirt. We're gonna lay it out, make sure it's flat. And you really wanna make sure it's flat. I've made the mistake before where there's a little bit of folds underneath on the back side. And when you go to swipe everything, it gets caught on that little crease and then goes all over the place. Like, it just gets messy. So I decided to start with this one since this one's a V-neck, which is kind of nice. So it's like, hey, here's my center line, simple. But I know this one's gonna sit a little bit lower. Check out that bald spot. So I think that's where I need to be. Remember, I have this a little off center, so I need to make sure I correct for that. And I think that's gonna be a good spot right there. Let's see, V-neck, that looks good. I think that'll work. Now let's get our ink on. Get our ink on. So this part is a lot easier than it seems. Get yourself a little spoon, get yourself a little knife. We're gonna do a couple of projects, so it's okay if I get a little crazy with this, but we're gonna bring some ink across here. I don't need to go all the way down because we're just doing this section, right? You can see the painter's tape. It's covering up all the places I don't want paint, so there's a good reason why. We're gonna come through here. Oh, dropped way too much right there. Kind of help whenever we go to fill this screen. So whenever we bring this paint across, it's actually gonna be filling the screen, even in those white sections. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of help. Let's get to this to the side where I'm not gonna spill it. It's just one of those nights. All right, here we are, the messy part. Don't have a place to put this. It's okay. So the messy part, here we go. Whenever we're bringing it across, get to hear a really cool sound too. But we're simply gonna fill our screen first. I'm not putting too much pressure, making sure I'm seeing paint go everywhere. Okay. So we filled our screen, about a 45-degree angle, and oh look, you can see all those bubbles. Did a great job, right? And I think really that's because my screen is not as tight as it should be. So listen to this, ready? That's the sound we want. One more time. And now we peel. Boom! Look how good that looks. All right, balancing that down there because I just don't have the table space. And I don't, so I was gonna use the office next door, to lay out all my shirts. That way they didn't, nobody hit them. But the door was locked for some reason. So when I shut it, just kind of moving around, I couldn't get back in. So we are just going to put this over here. But, oh, look. Look how clean that looks. All right, so we're just gonna be scattering these all over the office, wherever I have room. I actually have some hooks right there I could hang one on. All right, next shirt. So I started, actually throwing the ink across 2 minutes ago? Well, give me 7:55, all right? I had some issues earlier. I think y'all could give me that. Here's the next shirt. Again, we wanna get it all nice and flat. So here's a little trick as well. If you get a, what's it called? One of those lint rollers. Roll that across the shirt a couple times if you want it to be really clean. For these shirts, I kind of want it to have a little bit of that fuzz come out and leave little speckles, not big speckles, but little speckles to make it more like vintage-like. So I didn't do any of that with these shirts, obviously, or else you would have seen it. All right, here's a big question for a lot of people was, Clayton, how do we do multiple shirts? Can we set it down and move it around? I do not suggest setting it down and moving it around because you do have paint that's sitting there. So you are going to come in, you're going to show off that bald spot you got going on. You're going to try to center it up the best you can. We're going to come down a little bit. I'm checking my sides. I don't really like how this shirt's laying. Time out. Better safe than sorry. So if I was at home doing this, I would have probably pressed a lot of these shirts and had them laying out perfectly. And I could have also laid them across a couple of tables. And then all I would have to do is grab that screen and one after another, move them around. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. Again, this is the cheaper way to do it. I'm not going to go buy all that fancy stuff. I'm not going to make a business out of this. I just kind of do it partly for fun and partly because I just want some cool real estate t-shirts. Boom. All right. Let's move some of that paint up here. Boop. So now we're going to go the opposite way because all of our paint's sitting right there. Our screen's already filled, so we're just going to come across. And I'm going to do it one more time. And up she goes. Boom. Another beautiful shirt. There's another. I really like this blue. Blue's pretty. So dry time. Let's talk dry time. If you have a heat gun, you could throw a heat gun across these. I've used like an iron from the side. That box is in my way, sorry. I've used an iron kind of right above it, heating it up to kind of help dry it. That works, but for these shirts, I'm just going to leave them out. I'm going to let them dry for the night. They should be dry by the time I get in the office in, I don't know, what, 12 hours, 11 hours or so. Nice and even. Boom. Here's another. So these shirts are much bigger. If I was doing all bigger shirts, I would have probably made this design a little bit bigger, but we were all over the place. I'm gonna go back right there on this one.
I might have moved the shirt a little bit on that one. I hope not. Yeah, I moved the shirt a little bit. It's okay, it still looks good. There's the third one, flying through them. I need more room. Let me get the Cricut out of the way real quick. That'll give me room for another 2 shirts right there. I can use the couch for the rest. So what questions y'all have? We're on to the next. We're flying through them now. We're almost done. I think I spent more time. I did spend more time putting the design on the frame than I did anything. Moral of the story, do not buy strong grip tape. That thing sucks. Again, we're gonna hover over top, find our center the best we can. We're looking at the sides, we're looking at the top, the bottom, and we're dropping. Hair off. Nobody's gonna notice when you're walking around in a cool shirt and they're gonna see what it says and be like, man, I need to be your friend. Does that happen? Yes. Yes, it does. I need my knife to get some of this ink off. Back where it belongs. There we go. Boom. I'm gonna do one more swipe. It's probably gonna put a little too much paint on this one, but oh, that was not even at all. Again we go. That was even. Boom. Yeah, that was a little bit too much paint. It's okay. It looks good. My eye's getting funky on me though. It's alright. 3 more shirts. And it's those bubbles. That's where I jacked up. It was mainly on how I was pulling out that, pulling the vinyl off of this. It's either from the vinyl, whenever I was pulling the painter's tape off of it, or it's gonna be from my loose screen, which honestly, I think it's the loose screen. Maybe a combination of both. But you know, you live and you learn. So I've knocked out 4 shirts in about 10 minutes. Well, at least the screen printing side. So if you're ever strapped for time and you're like, man, I don't have time to craft, I don't have time to make shirts like that, you do. You do have time. Tonight, you could cut your vinyl, put it to the side. Tomorrow, you could throw it on your screen. Hopefully not have to print another thing of vinyl. That's what I'm talking about right here. It will not come loose. And the next day, you quickly swipe everything through, clean up. I didn't set up a camera. I was going to set up my cell phone, but it was almost dead. Cleanup is easy. You pull off that removable vinyl, which is why we use it, and you just run it in water. You just use water and you can keep rinsing and use your hands to scrub it until everything is off. And you want to make sure you get everything off, or else it'll cake in your screen, and if it cakes into your screen, then you're gonna have to buy new screens. But you don't have to get the wood part, but you will have to buy actual screens. Boom. come back across. That's all I'm going to do for that one. Boom. Oh, that W. If I had a little paintbrush, I'd fix it. It will be fine. Might actually. Ooh. I wonder what would happen. I got paper towel here. I'm curious. What would happen if I came in here? That's cool. Let's get a clean one. Let's try something. Because why not? Ooh. Fancy smancy. Look, see, you have a little mess up, you just make it look a little bit more messed up, and people think it was made that way. Done. Think smarter, not harder. And set the, oh, it's creasing. Running out of room. Sure would be nice if I had that extra room over there. Yeah, I'll show y'all. Once I do these last two shirts, where all this stuff's sitting. Oh, it's another big one. And it laid out so much nicer. So y'all saw how much paint I put in here. It's not even a quarter of what was in there. But yet, I've got plenty on my screen. That's about right. I've got plenty on my screen. Why? I have more on my squeegee than I do anything. See, that one looks better. Oh, I'm kind of digging that purple shirt, though. I'm looking at it from a distance. And our last shirt. And then it's cleanup. Don't forget, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll get those answered for you. Oh, these shirts are so soft. I can't wait to wear one of these just because it's soft. And maybe somebody will buy me tacos. Boom. Last one. There's like no ink right there. There's about to be, God, still a ton of ink. And we're done. That's the last one. I like it. We got shirts everywhere now. Check this out, y'all. Spin you around. Shirts on shirts on shirts. It is hot in here. I don't know who's been messing with the thermostat. It is super hot. So that's it. Now for cleanup, which again, sorry I can't take you on that little adventure. What I can show you though is whenever you're done, grab your tub of ink, grab your squeegee, and go ahead and put all that paint right back in. Use it for next time. Big glob. So whenever I'm gonna actually take this apart. That little piece squeezes out, which is nice as could be. Look at that. That's a ton of ink still. But yeah, I couldn't get ink on that S at the very end. Whatever. Is what it is. And there you go. Again, cleanup, simple. I'm gonna peel off the bottom parts. I don't have enough paper towels in here to show you doing that. Peel off the bottom parts. I'm just gonna run this through water until I get all that white paint out of there. If you have a darker color, it's gonna stain. Just gonna happen. But as long as you don't have paint getting caked in there. Again, you could always buy a new screen, replace it, just make it tight, unlike me. I just didn't do that. It seemed tight whenever it was wet, and then I guess whenever it dried, which I'm sure I probably should have Googled, should have looked up how to do it properly, but I didn't. Trial and error. That's how you learn best, right? So again, I'm Clayton Strums. I'm with Remax. I'm a real estate agent by trade. This stuff I just do every once in a while, but if I could do it, you could do it. If you do give it a try, let me know how it turns out. I'd love to see the pictures and hear if you had more success than I did. But until next time, have a good night.